Hello and good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. For this pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what you can expect for the month of February 2023. So if you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy and focus in on pile number 1, 2, or 3. And if multiple piles call out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as a top comment. But please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of February 2023. Before we get into this, I just wanted to remind you, at least at the time of my filming, that we have not yet quite reached 1,000 subscribers. But once we do, we are going to be having a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The only thing you need to do to enter the giveaway is to comment on any of my pick a card readings, not my daily messages, but the pick a card readings, and be a subscriber. And from all the comments on my pick a card readings, I'm going to be selecting 3 winners for a 10-minute personal private reading with me. So let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month ahead. And we're going to start with your overall energy for the month and get some tarot in the mix. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to deal it out just like we normally do the monthly spread here on my channel. So we're going to tune in for the past energy you're bringing into the month of February, which is right here. We have the Chariot. So the month of February itself, the present, we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is the near future, so the end of February going to March, April, maybe even as far out as May, because these energies never really just hard stop. Ooh, we have the 3 of Wands. I love to see it here. We also have here, for your best path to follow this month of February, we have, the 2 of Wands, and it came out in reverse, which is interesting, because I think most of this deck is appearing to be upright, so we'll take that into consideration. Yeah, I'm already getting some pretty cool downloads about what this means for your best path to follow. Wish fulfillment coming in for the month of February for group 1. Ooh, the Emperor. So exciting. And the outcome energy, please. What do we need to know for the outcome for group 1? February 2023. Ooh, the Lovers. Wow, we've got a lot going on this month for you guys, and I'm so excited to get into this. Okay, so I've went ahead and zoomed in just a bit because this is a smaller tarot deck. So let's go ahead and start with the underlying energy that's going to be following you around this month. You have the cat spirit animal or cat spirit totem, and this is talking about speaking your truth. Have the strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. So this is going to be a month you are speaking out what you want, what you desire, standing up for yourself. Very 7 of Wands energy as well. We also have the sun kind of sunbursting here behind this cat. So the house of Leo in your chart might be relevant. Also, we do have the house of Gemini, the house of Aries, the house wherever your sign of Cancer is placed. There's a lot of goodness going on in these houses, but a lot of action being asked on your part or your behalf to take some action in this regard. So this is going to be that underlying theme for you, speaking your truth, having that strength and even courage to speak what it is you want to say in any given moment to whoever you're saying it to. This could even be online or with any kind of creative self-expression or creative project that you have going on. I so apologize. I'm so far into this reading and realizing that, yeah, it's just been not recording. But for the past energies that are coming in for you for the month of February from January, December, maybe even as far back as November of 2022, there might have been some major decision you were making in your life or trying to choose between going this way, going that way. Could have even been some travel, but at the heart of the Chariot, it is a card of success. So even if you kind of took the detour route to your dreams or just kind of felt like you went off on a complete tangent from your life, just know that you are ultimately claiming some success because of what you've been through, what has gone on in your life. So you're kind of bringing some of the successful energy into February as well. especially because we do have the Five of Pentacles. Maybe just feeling a little left out, and this might be why you're having to stand up or speak up for yourself this month. Maybe someone is slighting you in some way at work, or you're just not giving the credit or the respect that is due to you. And instead of just rolling over and taking it or feeling bad about yourself, you're standing up and you're saying, hey, no, actually, I did do this thing, and this other person didn't do it. If someone's trying to take that credit from you, or that credit is somehow going by the wayside, you're standing up and speaking out. Instead of feeling like a victim, you're taking control, at least of how you're responding and reacting to things, which we're going to get more into, because your wish fulfillment is the Emperor is everything with what we have going on here. So there's a lot of good things buried in maybe some perceivably kind of victimhood or just lack mentality things that are going on for you this month, where you're actually standing in your power and seeing that you are much more worthy, much more powerful, much more accepted than you maybe gave yourself credit for in the past. So for the end of the month, we have here the Three of Wands. And this energy is kind of like that past energy. It kind of reverberates back, but this energy reverberates forward. So this is the end of February, taking you into March, April, maybe even as far out as May. Again, there's no hard stop to these energies, so we just kind of let them flow, let them ride. And with the Three of Wands, this is such great energy, especially those that have been wanting to go on some sort of trip or vacation and maybe had planned it or were thinking about getting the ball rolling to plan something. Now is going to be the time for you to make these plans over the next 3 or so months. Three of Wands, 3 months from now. Between now and 3 months, you're going to be able to solidify some action on some plans. For some of you, that could be moving into a new home, because the Three of Wands can indicate moving. Travel is another thing we were talking about. Finally being able to, put that stamp of approval on something you've been working on for quite a while. There's a lot going on here, and it's going to be different for each of you because it is a general reading. So we'll kind of leave the more specifics up to your intuition to figure out. So for your best path to follow, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And normally when the Two of Wands is upright, which it should have been, but I'm glad it came out in reverse because this is making total sense for what's going on here, is maybe some of those best laid plans you had in the past or even at the beginning of this month aren't going off without a hitch. There's some hiccups, there's some obstacles, there's some sort of hitch in your giddy up a little bit about something that you've been wanting to do, some sort of obstacle in your path. And instead of it being just that, an obstacle, it's actually being something for you to really examine and utilize the gift that is being given to you as a result of this obstacle, as a result of you having to kind of rethink or second guess some plans that you had. And of course, leading up to February, we did have Mercury retrograde from December 29th through January 18th. So there might have been something you had planned during that time that now that retrograde is over and Mercury is moving in a decent forward motion by the time of February, you're kind of rethinking some of those plans. And the good news about this is the best path to follow, not being so set in your plans that everything goes awry because you won't shift or change those plans. Instead, speak into, existence the conviction you have for your truth, whatever that looks like. And then using those best laid plans and maybe tweaking them just a little bit to actually accommodate the energy that is available to you this month. So you're going to see some plans that you had might fall through for some of you. For others of you, you're going to kind of change maybe the order or the lineup of these plans or the people involved in these plans. It's going to, again, look different for each of you because it's a general reading. But the best path to follow is to go with your intuition, go with your gut, and whatever is true to you in any given moment. That is going to be the beacon from which you are laying these new plans that you're having to maybe possibly re-examine from the past. Wish fulfillment, wish coming true this month, we do have here the Emperor. So this is you being, able to stand in your sovereignty, to stand in your authority over your own life, over your own truth, and especially over just your own sovereignty of your physical body and what you want to experience in this life. Telling certain people no, telling other certain people yes, and that you are ready for something new. For some of you, this could be a higher commitment either in a relationship or at work, saying yes, signing on the dotted line. for some successful endeavor in your life. Could even be signing a contract for those of you like on a new home, signing a home loan or a contract on a vehicle. Chariot does rule vehicles. Some of you might have even gotten a vehicle in the past 3 months or had some repairs or kind of tune up going on with a vehicle for some of you, because chariots do represent your vehicles, your conveyances. But with the wish fulfillment here is you're just feeling a lot more in control. Not that any one of us is ever in full control, because we are co-creating our reality. We cannot also then put our control on others, although people try to do that. But all that points out, if someone's trying to control you, or a system is trying to control the people, it's just letting that system or that person know that they're feeling out of control in their own power, so they have to exert power over others, or perceivably take others' power from them. And that's basically pointing out that this person feels out of their own power. So if that's been you feeling out of your own power in the past, this is you reclaiming your power, maybe even doing some sort of journaling or meditation or, vision or mission statement to say, hey, I reclaim all of my power now, or I am in my full power, I am in my full authority. With the outcome here of the Lovers, coming into the month, you were faced with a big decision, or in the recent past, a big decision, and leaving, or the end of the month, the outcome of the month, there's yet another big decision that is needing your attention. For some of you, because the Lovers, the most clear indication of a decision would be in a relationship, not necessarily have to be a, romantic involved relationship, but someone that means a lot to you or a great deal to you. Maybe you're speaking your truth to someone and putting some, higher standards on the way you kind of expect them or want them to show up in your life, and letting them know, hey, the way you've been treating me is no longer good. I'm not going to accept it anymore. You can treat me this way, or bye, Felicia. So some of you might be standing your ground or speaking your truth, or it's very interesting because the word ultimatum just came to mind, but it's not like do what I say or else. It's not that kind of authority. It's just you standing in your authority, in your sovereignty, and saying, if you can't align with what I expect of myself and what I would like to see with others, then it's just not a match anymore. But I have a feeling with all of the rays coming out of these people here, and then the rays behind the cat here, that you're kind of, it sounds kind of egotistical, but I'm not meaning it in that way. It's like you're the center of this universe. You're the center of your universe, obviously. But other people are going to be on board with what you're saying because your truth is actually resonant with their truth and the more universal truth. So this isn't you speaking your truth from a very selfish or let me see what I can get out of everybody kind of way. No, because what your truth is and you standing in your power is actually benefiting those around you as well. All right, let's go ahead and get some oracle cards in the mix for the month ahead, February 2023. Group number 1, what do they need to know for the month ahead? And we have here, Wisdom of the Magi with mental clarity and the number 5. So there might be some big changes coming to even your own thought process and maybe even the plans you had about your truth. Maybe your truth has shifted. Maybe some limiting beliefs that made you believe one thing are lifting so that now you can believe a higher version of something you once believed, or completely do away with one belief system or lack mentality that kept you playing small. Because remember, the wish fulfillment this month is coming into your power, coming into your sovereignty, not playing small anymore, allowing that light to shine brighter. And it's going to come after some sort of epiphany moment that might even have to do with the combination of your underlying energy of speaking your truth and feeling left out in a situation. This might be the indication that, hey, I need to raise my standards because these people or this situation or this career that I'm doing, it's not aligning with what I know in my heart is meant for me, and I deserve more than what I've been quote-unquote settling for. Could possibly be for some of you that mental clarity coming in hot is realizing you've been settling and no longer settling. You're stepping up your game and kind of expecting others to do the same. And then we have here past life guides with the number 7. And this is all about karmic lessons and present assistance. And of course, the number 7, 2023, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals a 7. So we are in a universal year number 7. We are closing out karmic cycles. We are really leaning and relying on our past life gifts. But the way we find these past life gifts and allowing our past life versions of us to be almost like spirit guides to us is to go within. We can't find these answers in a book, although maybe reading something in a book can trigger that inner knowing within us. It's not where we actually learn, or as I like to say, remember who we are. So you tuning into your own inner self, whether that looks like automatic writing, just asking your soul or that inner aspect of you that is connected to the divine for some guidance on your life, or if this is you, tuning in or looking into your birth chart, your numerology, your human design, your personality type. I mean, this could be an endless plethora of ways you can tune into who you are on a deeper level. And learning the truth about who you are, you're going to want to speak that out and make changes to the way you show up for yourself. And as a result, the way others show up for you is going to shift and change in a very drastic way for you this month, Group 1, because with the karmic lessons here, you have learned certain lessons. You don't have to repeat these cycles. Yes, they may come around again, but you being that observer of your life, you're going to see these things coming a mile away and be like, yeah, I'm not settling for that anymore. I'm proud of you, Group 1. Let me just put it out there. With this, you are claiming your sovereignty back, and you're not allowing certain people to make you feel like dirt or to feel less than anymore. And if there are still people in your life doing that to you, you're cutting them off, or at the very least, you're putting them in a little box where it's almost like one of those soundproof boxes that they put the Miss Americas in when the other ones are answering their question. It's like you're putting these voices that just aren't aligning with what your truth is in a soundproof box, so you don't even have to hear that crap anymore. And this doesn't even have to just look like outside people, in your life. This could also look like entity interference that sometimes will mess with our thoughts and put visions in our head of not being worthy, not feeling good enough, the worst case scenario, the gloom and doom of life. And you're just kind of putting these things on silent, which is such a good thing for you because these aren't even the truth. A lot of these dark entity interference with our thoughts, it's not even the truth. So why listen to it? Ooh, this one jumped real good. So, Group 1. Ooh, we have opportunity here with the moon, like a crescent moon. This is like a waning moon. And we're finally back. I just noticed my camera wasn't recording. So we're back on track with the hand waving. So here we go with the opportunity. Yes, crescent moon moving toward the new moon. This is kind of that, I want to say about a week before the new moon in February. So whichever date that is, I might even pop that over here so you can see the dates yourself, what this looks like. And during this time, I think you're getting a lot of this mental clarity, and that clarity is going to bring forth an opportunity for you to stand in your sovereignty, for you to speak your truth, and quite possibly for you to be able to make some major action or major decision in your life that is going to catapult you forward in such a big way. All right, what else does Group 1 need to know for the month ahead? I'm just religiously looking up at my camera here too. We have wonders. So wow, yeah, you're just really tuning into the fact that the possibilities on this planet and, beyond this realm really are endless. And as you really get clear with the fact that we are limitless beings having this human experience, which, we hear that all the time, at least I do. But just really actually examining what that truly means. It is so huge. I mean, it rolls off the tongue so blasé, like, oh yeah, we're limitless beings having this human experience. But when you really fathom the depth of what that actually means, wow. I mean, it's like epiphany in and of itself. And there's going to be a lot of these epiphany or aha moments for you this month. And maybe have been for the past few months. You're getting little downloads or little nuggets of your future and just feeling excited about what this could mean for your life. Using a lot of that past life knowledge and wisdom to bring it into this life, to create that abundance and opportunity for you to have the clarity to really step into your sovereignty and make the best possible decisions for yourself. That is such a gift this month. All right, let's close it out with one final message for Group 1. Anything else our wonderful Group 1 viewers need to know? Ooh, we get 2. So not one final message, but 2. So we have Wallflower. Look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. And for some of you, this could be from feeling small, from that lack mentality, that limiting belief that usually goes so deep within us, it's embedded in our subconscious mind. This isn't something we consciously think about ourselves all the time, although at times we can feel really low and not good enough and lacking in some way. It's usually more on a subconscious level this is playing out in our lives. So just look out for that crack in the concrete to find your way out of these limiting beliefs that have been holding you back or perceivably holding you back, because really nothing is physically holding you back. It's just the perception of feeling held back that is holding us back. Then we have the play card. Among the grass and wild violets lie undisturbed little secrets to uncover. That is so fun. And it's reminding me of like a little cat playing with a ball of yarn and just getting that yarn all over the place and making a huge mess. And another thing cats, at least cats that I've had in the past, love to do is shred up that roll of toilet paper and just, make the biggest mess possible. I'm not saying go around making a huge mess in your house or anything like that, but just, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and make a little bit of a mess as you are having fun. Those of you that like to be outdoors, maybe you're planting a garden, maybe you're digging into the dirt with your bare hands and planting seeds and watching those seeds bloom. I know in February, where I'm at anyway, it can be a little early to be doing any of that, at least up in the north where I live in the United States. But whatever this looks like, if this is you painting and getting paint all over your hands, or, redoing a bedroom, or, decluttering and deep cleaning, clearing all the cobwebs, because, Halloween's over in February, at least it should be, right? Clearing the cobwebs from the windows and the ceilings and the cracks and crevices, and, hey, maybe while you're cleaning all this up, you're finding that crack in the concrete. But yeah, get out there, speak your truth, don't be afraid to play, and just allow the inner child to come out, because that's how you're going to reclaim your power, your sovereignty in your life. So that is your message for February, group number 1. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. It looks like we're still rolling at 5 minutes into this next portion of the video, but I hope that resonated, and please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. If you missed how to do that, I talked about it at the very beginning of your reading, and check that out. I hope you win. That would be amazing. So thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. That has been what's been keeping my channel going. So great appreciation to those who have been sending the donations. And I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 2. Before we get into your February 2023 reading, I just wanted to remind you guys that at the time of my filming, we are not quite to 1,000 subscribers, but we are fast approaching, and I am having a 1,000 subscriber giveaway reading giveaway. So if you have not entered the giveaway, all you need to do is leave a comment on any of my pick a card readings. This does not also include the daily messages, just the pick a card readings. And you can leave as many comments as you see fit, but without spamming. Just be appropriate about it, and just be a subscriber here on the channel, and I will be selecting 3 different winners from 3 different pick a card readings. You just don't know which ones they are, and neither do I at this moment. I'm going to let my intuition decide. But I hope to see you as one of the 3 winners of a 10-minute free personal private reading with me. So that all being said, let's get into your February 2023 message. So we have here the elephant. We're going to get more into this. This is your underlying energy. But as always with the... Oh, I got one that's upside down here. I always like to shuffle it the right way. There we go. But as always with my monthly readings, we are going to be doing our regular monthly spread. So we're going to first tune into, for group 2, the past energy they are bringing into the month of February. We have the Magician. I love to see it. And for the month of February itself, for group 2, ooh, you got 2 cards here, which we will examine further. We've got, what is it, the 7 of Hearts or 7 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Love to see it. So for the future conditions, this is the end of February going into March, April, May. We have the Hierophant. Wow. And this is Taurus season. Hierophant rules this sign of Taurus, or, Taurus rules the sign of, the card of the Hierophant, whatever way you want to look at it. We also have for the best path to follow for group 2. Wow, look at all this major arcana already out the gate. Wish fulfillment. Well, there's already a wish fulfillment in your best path to follow. And we have here the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords for your wish fulfillment, and the outcome for group 2, February 2023. The outcome, please. And we have here the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Let me get this situated. We'll be right back. Okay, so we'll start right here in the middle with the Elephant energy. And this is a card all about grounding. This is the underlying energy for you. So ground your energy and emotions deep into the earth. Those of you that feel Earth is very chaotic at this time, a different alternative to grounding into Mother Nature or the Earth would be to ground into that inner aspect of yourself, that inner self, that is directly connected to Source or God or the Divine, whatever you want to call that energy. Grounding directly into that will help ground you into the physical reality and into your emotions and into all of that. So grounding is going to be very important for you, Group 2, for the month of February. And just staying grounded, one of the best ways you can stay grounded is, to take some time out. You don't have to be go, go, go all the time. Take some time out, get in nature if that's at all possible. It is very grounding. Taking a shower, taking a bath, just even putting both hands on your heart and feeling your heartbeat and just taking some deep breaths can be a very grounding exercise, especially if you're feeling very stressed out in the moment. That can be one way to almost instantly ground yourself. Another great way would be to carry some grounding stones, grounding crystals. I'm hearing petrified wood. That's not normally one that I hear for everybody. It's decently cheap to purchase if you go to any crystal shop. Usually they do have petrified wood if you don't already have some. If you do have some, if it's small enough, carrying it around in your pocket or just having it next to you on your desk or, wherever you sit at home would be very beneficial. I don't know why petrified wood's coming out so strong, but it just is. And another grounding way to ground yourself would be to sage or use Palo Santo, or any other, ethically sourced way to smudge your energy field could really help. So that is going to be kind of the underlying theme. So let's get into the past energy you're bringing in this month. So this is from January, December, maybe even as far back as November, but you're carrying it through as a bit of a theme this month as well with the Magician. This is about being able to manifest, being able to utilize the tools at your disposal and make the most of it. This is basically taking all those ingredients to make cookies, putting them together, putting them in the oven, and then out come some fresh cookies. Well, those cookies don't make themselves. It's the action you take. It's the steps that you go through to reach your goal of having cookies fresh out of the oven. I mean, the cookies are just an example. This could be any goal you have. This could be looking online for a new car, or, going on dating sites to find somebody, or, going out, putting yourself out there in some way to find, a love connection. It could be, possibilities are endless with the Magician, but you're carrying this energy in this month. We have here the Three of Hearts, the Three of Cups. This is some sort of celebration specifically with people you love. So if you're having a birthday, this could even be indicating Valentine's Day if you celebrate, if you have someone to celebrate with, or Galentine's Day, that's another way to celebrate. Or just having like a girls' night or a guys' night where you're getting together and doing something that you and your friends or your soul family members enjoy. And we do also have here the Seven of Hearts or Seven of Cups energy, which I'm now going to tuck behind. So now we know what it is. But this is about having a lot of potentials, a lot of possibilities. So we can't just nail you guys down, Group 2, and say this is exactly how your month is going to go, because your free will is really ruling this month for you. And if you don't like what you hear, or if you do like what you hear in this reading, you're going to be the one to take action to either change it or to make it happen. That's what's being called for you with this Magician. The Magician to me really is utilizing your spiritual or soul-given or spirit-given gifts to ground something into reality, which is the use of your free will energy. So it's like a combination of the spiritual and the mundane coming together to create the reality that you see before you. And there are going to be a lot of potentials, a lot of timelines you can shift to or tap into. So something you might want to do this month is quantum jumping or timeline jumping meditations. But again, if you're doing a lot of meditating, make sure you're also grounding yourself. We don't want to spend all of February up in the more ethereal realms. We want to also be very grounded in, the material world, whatever that looks like, because for the outcome, we got some really good stuff going on. So for your future conditions, this is the end of February, taking us into March, April, maybe even as far out as May. And April, I think 21st through May something, May 20th or so, I think is Western Taurus season. So that will kind of fall in this energy of the future conditions. But the Hierophant is about signing contracts. It's about getting married for those of you that want to get married or just take that relationship to the next level, quite possibly for some of you. For those of you already in committed relationships, maybe you're purchasing a home or really upping your spiritual game in some way. This could be for all of you, not just the people who are already with somebody, but upping your spiritual game or shifting your spiritual beliefs, traditionally or normally, this is a very traditional take on spirituality or religion, but I see you guys being kind of my, wild cards here today, that you don't necessarily have a traditional approach to your religion or your spirituality. You mix things up, you shake things up, and you do it the way you you see fit. You don't just settle for, the by the book way of being spiritual or being religious, whatever that looks like to you. You shake it up, shift it, and change it, and make it your own. That's what you do. And then with the star here in your best path to follow, your best path to follow is to follow your North Star. Follow your destiny. Follow your desire. Follow what life you want to be living. And if you're not at all close to the life you want to be living, you're keeping that as kind of that lighthouse in the distance, and you're starting to move yourself in that direction. You don't have to know every single step of the way to get you there, but just knowing what your kind of at least grand goal is in life, or, in your career or in a relationship, whatever it looks like, maybe just life in general. Just knowing that big overall arching goal, you can then kind of work backwards or even start working forward toward it. And the action steps that you're taking, one little action will kind of shine the light on the next goal, and then the next goal to get you there. So you might actually see a big goal attained this month for some of you. For others of you, this is just really dreaming big, not settling for that less than energy or feeling like you have to do everything by the book or the way everyone else does it. You're shifting it up, shaking it up. And you're not just being practical and logical about your dreams, your goals, wishes, desires anymore. Very 11th house, very Aquarian energy, thinking outside the box, untraditional is how I'm really seeing this Hierophant mixed with the star, with your future conditions and your best path to follow to get you into these future conditions. So don't be afraid to do things differently or not by the book at all, because that's going to be your best path to get you to a really great month for yourself and beyond. So for your wish fulfillment, we have the Page of Swords or the Princess of Swords. So any of you waiting on news, waiting on any kind of communication, wanting to speak your truth in some way, now is the time. You're going to realize that this month is going to be a month where people are actually listening to what you say, and you're here for it. You're just ready to keep going. So for some of you, those of you that have some sort of online presence or platform, or you're an influencer or a content creator of some kind, this could be that one of your videos, one of your posts, one of your messages, one of your pictures, whatever it looks like, really reaches a lot of people, or, as we say, goes viral in some way. So this is good news. So others of you might be finding some sort of new income stream, or even really spending a lot of time with someone younger than you. This could be one of your children. This could be a friend. This could be, a romantic interest that's, younger than you, or if they're not younger, they just have a very youthful approach to life, quite possibly. So really good things coming in for you as, your wish fulfillment this month. And for your outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a new opportunity that you're going to be able to ground into the material world if you are taking the proper action, grounding yourself, showing up for yourself, I see is such a big thing. Taking care of yourself, tuning in with other people, but also balancing that out with spending enough time on your own to really tune into what it is you want out of life this month is going to bring in this new opportunity. It's basically a seed. So if you just let that seed sit in your hand, nothing's really going to come of the opportunity. But if you take that seed, you plant it, you bury it, you water it, you watch it break the surface, and you nurture it as it goes, as it grows, taking those actions, that's what's going to make this opportunity really become something big in your life. And I really see between now and June, this little seed or this little opportunity coming your way, you're going to be able to see it really start to grow by June, whatever it is. Some of you that are, in the more social media realm or content creation realm, this could be a business idea or, content creation that you're doing is really growing some roots by June. So, wow, what a cool thing to have happen. All right, now let's go ahead and get some oracle cards in the mix. For group number 2, month of February 2023, what do they need to know? Oops, knock that little guy out of there. One more. What do they need to know for the month ahead? Okay, so we have here Freedom. I just heard, I think it's George Michael, that song Freedom by George Michael, moving on and letting go. And some of you might have used your manifestation abilities in the past, recent past, to free yourself from something that felt very stagnant, very stuck, very stifling, all the S's to your energy. And with the number 4 here, as a result of you opening the cage and freeing yourself from something, you're now able to build yourself this month, or at the very least have an opportunity to do this. Build yourself a new solid foundation in a new area of interest or concern for you. But first you're going to have to move on or let something from your past go to be able to step into this new energy. Then we have your personal guide with guardian angel and spirit family. And one of the best ways you can tune into your spirit family, galactic family, whatever you want to label that, is to tune into that inner aspect of you that is connected to the whole, connected to the whole, connected to all. That is that spark of you that comes from the infinite, original creator, God, the universe, whatever you want to call that energy. But there is also, with the personal guide message here, there is also a lot of false light entities, dark entities pretending to be our spirit guides or our guardian angels that are not, in fact, our spirit guides or guardian angels. So setting very proper boundaries, sacred boundaries, I call them, or just raising your standards and vetting out any entities or, guides that you're connecting to and qualifying them, making sure that they are your true guidance, your true spirit family, your true guardian angels, and setting the intentions you will only connect to your true guides. That will really cut down on the amount of trickster energies and false light interference going on in your spiritual guidance. So the best bet really that I've been following just in my own personal life, you don't have to do this if you don't feel called, but I just tune into my inner self, which to me, I guess would be formerly known on my channel as the higher self. But to me, higher self feels like it's above us in some way, like it's not even a part of us, like we have to reach so far outside of us to get to it. So I've just been calling it the inner self. It's basically going within and really feeling that spark of life that comes from the Creator, that is your divinity. So it basically cuts out all the middlemen and acts as your own personal guide that's within you at all times that you could never be disconnected from. All right, so what else does Group 2 need to know for the month of February? Ooh, here they are. Big stuff with the transformation here. Yes, you really are transforming. But again, it's coming after a time of letting go. Can we even see that? I don't know. Hopefully we're good. Yes, so it's coming after a time of, the butterflies even on the cage. That's so beautiful. Look at that. So, feeling caged could have been that kind of chrysalis or cocoon energy that you've been going through. And with the freedom card, you're freeing yourself. You're now out of the chrysalis. You're now out of the cocoon and ready to transform your life in some pretty major ways. And we also have a butterfly here on these cards, or on this card. So, wow. And a butterfly here. A lot of butterfly symbolism, which is a symbol of freedom in and of itself. But then we have the relaxation card. So yes, balancing out, freeing yourself and speaking your truth and, having all of your manifestations come to life through these actions you're taking, balancing that out with some relaxation. Here, this person's in a hammock reading a book. We do have the full moon behind them here too. So maybe especially around the time of the full moon, just really taking care of yourself, pulling back your energy just a bit to relax, recuperate your energy, and then when you feel like your cup is running over again, get yourself back out there and ready to go again. All right, let's get one final message for group number 2 for the month of February 2023. Anything else they need to know for the month ahead? There it is. And we have here patience. Yes, look at that. A lot of times when we get this message to kind of slow down just a bit, relax just a bit, have some patience. But, with that 7 of Cups behind here, the 7 of Pentacles usually is the card of patience. But with the 7 of Pentacles, there is an element of patience within that message as well, because this is about examining your options, weighing your options, not just jumping in and even though you're still confused, just making a decision out of fear or confusion, but taking the patience to really examine the pros and cons of the different decisions or the different timelines that are available to you. And one of the best ways you can experience this patience is through some relaxation and just kind of pulling your energy back just a bit. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. You're going to know. So it's going to be like kind of a month of starts and stops. But it's not like you're stopping and when you pull your energy back, everything outside of you stops. No, it's going to still keep going. But you're just pulling back just a bit to get your energy back into balance, having the patience that you need to get through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the ins, the outs, all of that stuff going on at any given time in any of our lives. But just to have the patience to allow yourself time to slow down. And that maybe the timing isn't quite right for, this big, big manifestation to come in. But you're well on your way and you're taking steps in that direction. And by the end of the month, there's going to be an opportunity for you to really take some big leaps in the direction of your dreams. So that was your message, Group 2. Feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, and don't forget to enter the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I talked at the very beginning of your reading about how to do that, so I won't go into that again. If you missed the intro, go back and listen if you feel so inclined. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. The few of you that have sent donations have been greatly, greatly appreciated here on my unmonetized channel. So I thank you so much for that, and I thank each and every one of you, and hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 3. Before we get into your February 2023 pick a card reading, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am having a giveaway. We are very, very close at the time of my filming to our 1,000 subscriber mark. And as a thank you to those of you who have subscribed, I would like to give away 3 personal 10-minute private readings with me. So the only thing you need to do to enter is to leave a comment on any one of my pick a card readings, not including my daily readings, just the pick a card readings, and I'm going to be selecting 3 winners from different pick a card readings. So just be on the comment train and subscribe. That's all you need to do. So let's get into your reading for the month of February 2023. So we're going to start here with your overall energy, or the underlying energy that's kind of following you around this month. We've got the Raven. We're going to dive further into that after we get our tarot dealt out. So let's tune in for group 3. We're going to do our regular tarot spread for the monthly reading. Past energy, group 3. Why did I say group 1? Maybe some of you also selected group 1, but maybe because I accidentally mixed up groups 1 and 3 in one of my more recent pick a cards. But let's see what we have here. For the past energy for group 3, they're bringing into the month of February. Ooh, we have the 3 of Swords. Okay. Group 3 for the current energy. Oh, group 2 also got 2 cards in this position. So for the month of February itself, we got 2 of Pentacles and the Princess of Wands, or the Page of Wands in this deck. Ooh, come on now. Future conditions. So the end of the month taking us through March, April, maybe even as far out as May of 2023. We have Temperance. I like to see it with what we've got. And for the best path to follow for group 3 this month, best path to follow, we have the 8 of Hearts or the 8 of Cups. So you're walking away from something this month, but let's see what else is going on for group 3. Wish fulfillment, wish coming true this month. Ooh, I love to see this with all the rest we got. As a 10 of Wands here in the wish fulfillment category, stay tuned. You're going to be super excited about this. And for the outcome, ooh, this was the outcome in group 1. Maybe that's why I said group 1 at the beginning, because they had the same outcome. Making a major life decision. Okay, so let me get this kind of situated a little prettier and we'll be right back. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So let's go ahead and start here with the card that's kind of underlying energy for you for the month ahead. And we have the Raven card. So the Raven spirit animal might be kind of an animal totem for you this month, or very relevant to your life in some way. Interchangeable, but not quite exactly the same as the crow energy. So those that are attracted to ravens, attracted to crows, they're similar yet different. There are differences. But whichever one resonates most. Specifically for you though, this month the Raven is really stepping up. And this is the Wise Woman card. It says a change is coming. Yes, I can definitely see you guys are making some big changes to just even your daily routines or your day-to-day lives. Maybe completely leaving one version of yourself and jumping into or switching into another. More on necessity than actually being excited to make some of these changes, but we're going to get into all that. For the past energy that is coming in with you this month, this could have been from January, December, maybe even as far back as November, just dealing with some heartbreaking grief kind of energy. Even if there was nothing heartbreaking or grief-stricken that happened to you during these months, it could have been something from the past that caused a lot of grief that was rearing its head yet again during these months. For others of you, could have ended a relationship, lost a loved one over those months, or just felt very depressed, very sad for whatever reason. Someone I'm seeing here that selected this pile has been really doing a lot of inner work, shadow work, inner child work, just doing a lot of healing. And yes, as we heal, it feels good to release and let go of these things, but at the same time, it can feel very, once we clear up that space, it almost feels like a void, like we're in a void space. And we have been in Mars retrograde, kind of leading in all of this. We were in Mars retrograde during those months. It started on October 30th and lasted until January 13th, which, we're now into February, so Mars is now back direct and things should be moving better. But during that time that Mars was retrograde, it might have felt very stuck, like you couldn't get out. It was almost like this endless loop or spiral in not being able to take action, or you'd have a lot of start-stops in the actions you were trying to take to overcome or heal or face some emotional wounds or issues from the past, or even that were going on during this time frame. But now that we're in February, yes, you might still feel a bit of a reverberation of this energy, but things are improving greatly. And I mean greatly for you guys this month of February. So hold on to your hats. This is going to be a great reading for you. So with the Two of Pentacles, this is the position of the month of February itself. So finding a balance, really cutting ties, cutting losses on things that just aren't serving you anymore. This could be bad habits. This could be relationships. We're going to get further into this in your Best Path to Follow energy, which is really, this is just loving how this energy aligns with what was already coming through with the changes you are making in your life. But some of you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Some of you are just ready for a major change, a major shift. I see someone chopping all their hair off. I see someone drastically changing the way that they do their makeup or put their clothing on, or, just your whole decorating style around your home. You're making a major change, a major shift in some area of life that is a reflection of your internal reality. So the internal is going to be now reflected in the external. These changes you've made, these healing you've done, the grief you've suffered and been through, you're going to start to see this shift into a tangible way on the outside for the better. These are changes for the better. This is not shifting into something worse for yourself. Even though, like I had mentioned earlier, these changes might almost feel like they're necessity. They're not just something you kind of are thinking on a whim, let me do this thing. These are very necessary changes. It could even come in the form of some sort of wake-up call. A lot of times when we have some sort of health scare, that could be a huge wake-up call for us to finally bite the bullet, shift our habits, bad habits specifically, that aren't serving us, and make changes that we need to do to improve our health. Health scare could have been something coming in for some of you those past few months. Just, again, feeling sick and tired of being sick and tired. With the Page of Wands, you're feeling inspired to, just shift things, just change things. Again, it might be out of necessity rather than, kind of a scare tactic or health scare that came in like, shoot, I better change my ways before something really bad happens. Or I better stop allowing certain people to treat me a certain way that I just feel really bad about myself. I got to be the one to make this change. You're having this big realization that change is coming, whether you're ready for it or not. Kind of very Tower moment energy as well. But the tower only crumbles for the things that aren't meant for you anymore. And if something is meant for you, but the way that you're going about the relationship or the job or the experience just isn't in alignment with the highest purpose of the job, the relationship, or the experience, that tower will crumble. But the foundation might be still solid, and then you can build something much more supportive for the energy, finding a better way to operate in the relationship, situation, or experience, whatever it is. So that's what the Princess of Wands is coming in to do with this more tower energy and just this grief energy you've been experiencing. This Page of Wands or Princess of Wands is coming in to facilitate the motivation you need to get the job done. Even if you're not excited about these changes you have to make on a emotional level, on a more physical level, you're like, yeah, we got to do this. So now's the time. Let's just bite the bullet, do the things we know we need to do. And as you make these changes, by the end of the month, you're going to be feeling out of that kind of more, keeping juggling everything in the air and really working hard to keep things balanced. It's going to be balanced more naturally because you've made the necessary changes. Whether these changes happened to you or you decided to make these changes for yourself is going to be the tipping point between, the ends of the spectrum of you guys watching this video. So if you're not prepared at the beginning of the month of February to make these necessary changes, something will happen to make these changes happen for you. And it's not like they are, like I just mentioned a minute ago, I said to you, and I didn't mean to say it's happening to you. It might feel like it's happening to you, but these are actually happening for you, for your highest good. Because remember, nothing that is meant for you could be taken away, ever. It's just those things that we wished were for us that get taken away and never return. But yet, on the grand scheme, it wasn't meant for us for our lifetime. Might have been for us for a season, but not for a lifetime. But with this temperance energy at the end of the month, all right, we're back to the point where you can see my hands again. Sorry about the filming with the camera cutting off and all of that. I do apologize for that. But here we are with the temperance, and like I was saying, just finding this good balance and really feeling the spiritual support, whether this is from your inner guidance system or perceived spirit guides. Remember though, when connecting to anything that is, any kind of entity or guide or angel, that you are setting the intentions, you are only connecting to the true light or organic light, not false light, not dark entities pretending to be your guides or angels, because there's a lot of that going on in the spiritual warfare on this planet. So just make sure you're vetting out any guides that you are connecting to. But you do have your true guides guidance this month, but connecting to them, the best thing that I've been doing for myself, since I can't 100% vet these entities or beings out, because a lot of times I can't see them physically, is to just tune into my own inner guidance system. And a lot of times I still will get the exact information and better that I would have gotten from any spirit guide, because that inner part of myself that is connected to source, that we all have, we are all connected to source unless we don't have a soul. In which case I don't think you'd be watching this, but that's another day. That's a point for another day. But just make sure you're really taking your due precautions when connecting to anything. But you're finding that balance. You're even finding the desire to move forward on these changes you need to make. I know at first they might have felt kind of forced upon you, or like you had to do them even if you didn't really feel like doing it, but you just had to roll up your sleeves and do it. But by the end of the month, you're going to see that these changes that you've made are for your highest good, and you're actually going to be excited about some of the changes and shifts you're seeing in your day-to-day life, quite possibly for some of you, your physical health. Again, this isn't a health reading, but the changes you're making to your health could really greatly benefit your health. So for your best path to follow, we have here the 8 of Hearts, or the 8 of Cups in this deck. So for most of you, I would say 85% of you, this is having to do with cutting out toxic habits, bad habits, staying up too late watching TV or reading books. I'm so guilty of staying up too late reading books lately. Before I know it, it's almost midnight and I'm like, I gotta be up in, 5.5 hours. Oh no. But the books are so good. So just finding the proper balance with reading, maybe reading a little earlier and cutting it off a little before midnight, right? But also changing your, behavior patterns with eating and how you respond to people, and just moving your body, getting some more activity in your life, whatever these habits that you want to establish that are good habits, replacing those bad habits with good habits could really benefit your life. For the other 15% or so of you, I see you leaving some sort of relationship. This could be a friendship, this could be a love interest, this could also be a family member that has just been long toxic, and that change that is coming to your life is you cutting this person out and off once and for all. Again, only about 15% of the viewers this message is going to resonate. Could be one person, could be 5 people. I don't know what 15% of however many people are going to watch this are going to actually resonate with that message, but that's the number that's coming through right now. So you're walking away from something, and I see for most of you, you're not returning to it because it was not meant for you to begin with. You just settled for it because you thought you weren't worthy of anything better, or you became, comfortable with it, even if it was uncomfortable. Most of the time, if there was some sort of weird comfort in feeling uncomfortable, but you're moving on from it, whatever this is in your life. So for your wish fulfillment this month, like I said, there's good news in this 10 of Wands in this position, because this is letting you know, as your wish fulfillment, you're going to be able to not feel so overwhelmed. You're going to be able to put down your burdens. And not only that, these 10 wands that you have, it's almost like this guy in the traditional Rider-Waite depiction. It's like he's a builder and he's bringing all this, resources. It's a good thing to have all those extra resources, but they're blocking his view. They're overwhelming. There's too much going on for him. So him setting these resources down and picking them up one by one by one is going to benefit him a lot more than trying to take the whole load and not even be able to see where he's going. And that's how I see this for you is you're going to realize that these burdens and some of the things that have been stressing you out actually are assets to your life, yes, but others of them definitely are not. But you're going to be able this month to separate the wheat from the chaff, basically, and know what's meant for you and what you can keep and what does not align with you and what you can let go of. And then from what's left behind, you can start to cultivate or create the reality that you want to experience with those resources or relationships or whatever it is that's remaining in your life. So what a powerful card for your wish fulfillment this month. I love to see it. Then for your outcome, we have the Lovers. So again, some of you making that major decision to leave a love romantic relationship. Others of you might be re-examining a relationship from the past and reconciling with someone. And others of you, this big change, this big decision in your life has zero to do with a love or romantic partner. So find where you intuitively feel you fall on that spectrum, and that is where your message will be taking you. For those of you not connected to reconciling or to cutting someone off, this could be more a major life decision of changing jobs, of, cutting other different people out of your life, cutting those bad habits out of your life, making a decision for someone watching to quit smoking. You're just saying, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And laying down that burden of stopping smoking is instantly going to help improve your health, or at very least stop the, degradation of your lungs and other health maladies that come from smoking in its tracks. It doesn't mean you're going to reverse that damage that's already been done just by the act of stopping smoking. But at the very least, you're going to stop it from, getting worse and worse as the years go by. So the person who's stopping smoking or some sort of other addiction, could be drugs or alcohol or, any other kind of addiction. Food addiction is another big one for a lot of people. I just want to give you a big round of applause and say, good job. You're doing it. For one person, a couple people watching, they're showing me 3 now. So 3 people watching could be cutting out sugar. Not forever, but like cutting out a vast majority of sugar, maybe even processed foods, just eating a bunch of junk that we all know isn't good for us, but it tastes so good and it's so addicting. And it's not even really our fault that we are addicted to these things, because it's by design that they taste so good, but they're so bad for us. It's about you making the conscious decision to walk away and cut a lot of that out of your life. Doesn't mean you can never have a cupcake or a Twinkie or a jar of pasta sauce again in your life, but making those conscious decisions to at least shift and cut back and find a better balance, everything in moderation approach. But for some people watching, moderation isn't good enough, because when you can maybe start out in moderation, but then it becomes excessive with whatever this, addiction or food or substance or whatever it is in your life. So for some people, they can't do the whole everything in moderation approach because it just doesn't work with their biology or their psychology. But the outcome is you are making a major decision that will shift your life for the better for all of you. But it's going to look different, that decision you're making, or series of decisions for some of you. It's going to look different for each of you. So use your own intuition to see what this decision or decisions are in your life personally. All right, let's get some oracle cards in the mix for group 3, what they need to know for the month ahead, February 2023. We have sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. So yes, just what I was saying about tuning into that inner self. Those of you especially that do connect to a lot of spirit guides or archangels, and you give a lot of credit for the ideas you get from, these guides or entities or angels to those entities. This is going to be the month you're starting to take some of that credit for yourself, because you're realizing you are connected to the divine, connected to the infinite source creator, and you are just as valid as any archangel, any spirit guide, any other person on this planet, any other soul or spirit out there. You are just as divine, just as worthy, just as strong, and just as amazing. So tapping into your own source of inner strength this month is going to be really key. All right. And maybe as a result of you tapping into your own inner strength, you are finding other like-minded souls or individuals that can also work with you and that can support you in your own strength, in your own endeavors as well. We also have your ancestors, so that, tapping to the forces within, the blood of your ancestors also runs through your veins. Their DNA is intertwined with yours as well. Not just the bad things that happen, but also the good things. And we have the number 28 here, which adds up to an 11. And it's very interesting because that's like a twin flame number or a soulmate number. So what I'm getting from this, and I know it's not a message so much for the month ahead, but just a message I guess you could know, is that you have at least one or maybe even multiple times incarnated in your own family line as one of your own ancestors. So you already are one of your own ancestors. So again, about the interconnectedness of us all. We are so interconnected, and just tapping into your own ancestral, lineage and the force of that beautiful ancestor connection you have to your past self and to who you are now could be very powerful for you to make these necessary shifts and changes in your life. But this says here historical connections and purposes. So you might even be doing some examination of your ancestry this month, or tuning into your family tree and trying to learn something about your ancestors. And sometimes that could be such a powerful thing to do, to realize that you come from really powerful and amazing and strong people. Even if you don't have famous people in your family tree or known figures in your family tree, sometimes you can find stories about the people who once lived, who were your ancestors, and it can be very powerful just knowing their name and what they did for a living and how old they were when they died. I mean, even just knowing the bare minimum about somebody can make you feel like you know yourself just that much more. So maybe tuning into your ancestry this month could be very powerful for you. All right, what else do we need to know for the month ahead for group 3? Closing message for group 3. And I want this one to fly out or come out on its own. I really do. Let's bring it. Here we go. Bring it. Ooh. Okay, well, they got the top one of that, but I feel like there's one more in here. One more. Come on. It's funny because when I don't necessarily need or want them to fly, they fly. But then when I don't, they don't. Okay. We'll take the top one of that little pile. So we have relax. Delight in powdered gold sunshine. Especially those of you that are making some major changes to your life. You need to balance a lot of that out. That 2 pentacles beneath here and then the temperance. It would benefit you most. I won't say you need to do it or you should or have to do it. No. You make your own choices, but it would benefit you greatly to balance all this action and, mental action you're taking on trying to overcome limiting beliefs, lack mentalities, or bad habits, or cutting someone out of your life with some time to just ruminate and relax and maybe get out in nature if that's a possibility. Specifically, it says delight in powdered gold sunshine. Even if it's middle of winter where you're at, like us in the northern hemisphere, just getting out, if you do see the sun is out, and just standing outside, dressed appropriately for the weather, but just, closing your eyes and turning your face to the sun like you are a sunflower, and just allowing the beautiful light codes coming from the sun to really invigorate your energy. That could really benefit you, but also just making sure you're getting enough proper rest and relaxation. And, relaxing is not the same thing as sleeping. Relaxing is being awake and just kind of lounging and, doing a quiet activity, or maybe even just meditating or daydreaming, whatever that looks like for you. We also have radiance. Keep your head held high and follow the sun. Oh my goodness, I didn't even read that. And then we're talking about, and then there's a sunflower. This whole time I swear I wasn't looking at it or reading it. It was there, but I didn't see it. But look, yes, keep your head held high and follow the sun like the sunflower. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. I love that these two are so intertwined, and then the message came through before it came through. I love that. I love when that happens. So yes, you guys, that is your message for the month of February 2023. I hope it resonated. Just a quick reminder before you go, to enter the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. If you don't know how to do that or what you need to do, you can go to the beginning of this reading that I've timestamped here for group 3. I talk about it at the beginning if you did skip it and want to enter the giveaway. And also thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all your donations. Those of you who have donated have really been what's been keeping this channel going, so I greatly appreciate you. And I also appreciate you, so thanks again so much, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, everyone, bye!